Conas Cordia, míle buchas as ucht an rang a rare. So, um, how are you all, my friends? And a thousand thanks for last night's class. And thank you so much, Eve has passed on your lovely feedback. So this is just a kind of addendum to the two little kind of tutorial videos on using the Irish language in ceremony. One is a very simplified pared down version of opening a sacred circle. So creating sacred space, calling in the elements, the sacred animals, the directions, and deities associated with those directions. And then the other is a little bit of vocab for creating blessings or invocations. Now, those were videos that were pre-made for my own students who are doing a vocational training, a year-long training with Currasush School of Irish Spirituality, which I run. But just a little few words about why. Why to use the Irish language, or, if you are in Alban using your Gaelic, or Breton in Brittany, or Cymraeg if you're in Cymru, Breton or whatever it happens to be. It's the language of the pre-colonial land. Now, I think that's quite important because it will predate the arrival of Christianity. It will predate the arrival of, imperial occupation of certain kinds of political structures. Here in Ireland, that would have been the Norman, then the English kind of occupation, which of course isn't fully cleared from Ireland. It will be, again, English domination in Scotland, in Wales, and French imperialism in Brittany, for instance, and Cornwall also, Kernow. So the thing we have to kind of bear in mind is when we're talking about the really deep ancestors, we're not talking about the Celtic tribes. We are talking about a people who predates them by thousands of years. We're talking about people who created the structures such as Sheonbrew, Newgrange here in Ireland, all of those incredible stone circles, the passage tombs, the barrows, the dolmens, the brocks. We're not necessarily talking about the people of the Celtic tribes. What seems to be a given is that when the Celtic tribes arrived into our lands, that they found these structures on the land, and the practices and the honouring and the ceremonies attached to them had a resonance with their worldview, their spiritual worldview, with their kind of spiritual practices. And so they seem to have adopted them and certainly use them as places to bury the dead, to revere the dead. So when we speak to the land, to the spirits of the land, when we address the deities, when we open sacred space, when we offer blessings or prayers or invocation in that pre-colonial language, it's really clear to me. I mean, it's subjective, of course, but, in terms of the soul response, it's much more intense. There is a qualitative difference in terms of the response from the land, from the spirits, from that, in Latin, animus mundi, the soul of the world, that sense of soul, the ensoulment of the living kind of world, the spirit of nature that is all around us, and the spirit that imbues the rivers, the trees, the land itself. It is not, and this is important to say, it is not the language that those deep ancestors spoke, and we don't actually know what that language was. So you could question and say, well, if that's the case, why not use the language that we speak in every day? So if we're not native speakers, if Irish or Gaelic or Cymraeg is not our first language, why then, would we not use our first language? And the answer is, as far as I'm concerned, that it is the pre-colonial language of these lands. So for me, it's really, really important that as part of the vocational training that I provide for my students, that they learn at the very, very least to open sacred space with that Indigenous native language, although it is not the language of the ancestors who created those sacred sites. So I hope that kind of makes some sense to you. I feel, the idea of kind of addressing a deity in the language that is of the land before Christianity was imposed on it, the language of the land before, there was an occupation or an imperial presence. I think that's really important. I hope that kind of resonates with you. So when you go to the video of opening the space and using the language for the circle, bear that in mind. And if you try it out, or find a version of it in your own kind of language, of the Indigenous language of your own land, then see how that feels. And I hope you'll notice the difference. So many, many blessings, gra, love, agus banachtaí, Urv Galer on you all. And I will say, slán go fóill, goodbye for now.